Okay, this video will have 11, 12, and 13 on it. They're all depreciation. All right, so number 11 is straight line depreciation. On January 1st of 2020, Super Seafood Producers installed a canning machine with the cost of $160,000. All right, so let's set cost, 160. It has a residual or salvage of 10 and a life of 15 years. Okay, using the straight line method, calculate depreciation expense for 2021 and the accumulated depreciation at the end of 2022, and then the book value at the end of 2022. All right, the actual final exam question may be any combination of depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation, and book value. May not be 15 years, could be 4 years, 5 years, or any number of years. Okay, but anyway. All right, so these two are dollars. All right, straight line depreciation. Straight line depreciation equals cost minus residual divided by life in years. All right, so what's going to be so it's going to equal 160,000 minus 10,000 divided by 15. That's 10,000 per year. All right, so if you want to, you could set up a little table, or you could just add it up. So you would have 2020, when you do 2021 and 2022. I'll move this down a little bit. So I'm on book value, accumulated depreciation, and current year depreciation. All right, so it's 10,000 a year every year. So 10,000 every year. All right, your accumulated at the end of 2020. You know what? I should have moved these up. This is beginning of 2021. Let's start beginning of 2020 when they bought it and they paid $160,000. All right, so then this would be at the end of 2020. So accumulated is whatever I had that year, because that's just my first year. Then next year, it's what I had plus the 2021. Then the last one plus 2022, and so on and so forth. And then book value is always cost minus accumulated. So cost minus accumulated. Cost minus accumulated. And so on and so forth. All right. So then the question is, what, now that because we have everything here now. All right. The question is, depreciation expense for 2021. and that's 10,000. And they want to know accumulated depreciation at end of 2022. All right, accumulated depreciation at the end of 22. 3 years have gone by, so that's 30,000. And then book value at the end of 22. $130. And that is it. So this is your answer for that one. All right, number 12. I don't know what made that highlighted. Okay. All right, number 12 is units of production. On January 1st of 2020, BCD company purchased equipment for making snow globes for $400,000 and expected to keep it for 3 years. Why is it doing that? That's very annoying. Residual at the end of the 3 years is $50,000. All right, they expects to use the equipment to make a total of 700,000 snow globes over the next 3 years. The company plans to use the equipment to make 400 snow globes in 2020. Okay, let's see. Life is 700,000 snow globes. All right, plans to make equipment for 400 snow globes in 2020, 250,000 snow globes in 21, and 50,000 snow globes in 22. Calculate depreciation expense for 21 and 22. Accumulate depreciation for 20 and 21. And the book value for 21 if BCD uses units production method. Okay, so the key here is you definitely need to be careful when you're reading the question. All right, so it wants everything but for different years. So we're going to do everything through 2022 so that we have all of the answers. Okay, so units of production is like straight line. It's cost minus residual, but it's divided by life in output or production. All right, so for us, it's going to be 400,000 minus 50,000 divided by 700,000 snow globes. Let me get rid of this. This is not a dollar here. This is just a number. All right, so that equals, I can get my head, 350,000 divided by 700,000. So that's 50 cents per snow globe. All right, so then we need to do kind of like what we did up here. So let's just copy this, bring it down here. All right, so they bought it at 1/1 of 20, and they paid $400,000 for it. All right, so then 12/31 of 20, they did, let me add a column. we have 2 columns. We're going to have production. I'm going to do units produced. And then cost per unit. So I'm going to call that rate. Alright, so this first one up here, don't put anything in there. Yeah, it's just starting off us with our book value. Alright, so in 2020, we made $400,000. The rate is 50 cents. You just multiply. Alright, and then accumulated depreciation the first year is that amount. And then book value is your original cost minus the accumulated depreciation. All right, 12/31/2021. We made 250,000 snow globes. Rate of 50 cents stays the same. Multiply the units produced times the rate. Add depreciation expense to the previous year. And then it's cost minus accumulated. All right, and then 12/31/2022, we made up 50,000 more. Rate stays the same. Multiply. And then the previous year's accumulated plus current year's depreciation expense. And our book value is cost minus the accumulated. Okay, so all of these are dollars. And this is just a number. Okay, and then let's see what they want. All right, so calculate depreciation expense for 21 and 22. So that's this right here. Let's see. I'll type it out. Depreciation expense for 2021 is $125,000. Depreciation expense for 2022 is $25,000. All right, so depreciation expense for 21 and 22. Accumulated depreciation for 20 and 21 2020 is $200,000. $21 it's $325. And book value for 2021 is $75,000. Okay, and those numbers are all up in here. All right, and then the last one is double decline. On January 1st of 2020, KLM purchased a building for $1 million. They expect to use the building over the next 5 years. The estimated residual of the warehouse is $100,000. Complete the following depreciation schedule using double declining balance method of depreciation. All right, so she already was nice enough to do this schedule. I am going to just copy it. Writing seems super big, right? It's all right. Let me... Okay, anyway, all right. So, this first line is the first year, so don't put anything in that first column. But we start off with the book value. We start off with a book value of $1 million. That's our cost at the beginning. All right, these are all going to be dollars. Let me make them dollars. All right, then this book value just comes over to here. All right, it just comes down. All right, then the rate is 2 times 1 over the life. All right, so in our case, it's going to be 2 times 1 divided by 5. All right, because it has a 5-year life. All right, so this is going to equal 2 times 1 divided by 5. All right, or basically 40%. All right, so then you multiply that times the $1 million. That's depreciation expense. The first year, it's just the same number. And then it's the million minus the 400,000. All right, so then this 600,000 comes down to here. The 0.4 stays the same. And it's the 0.4 times the 600. And our depreciation is the past year plus the current year depreciation. I don't think I did that right. 400 plus 240. And then book value is our original cost minus current year accumulated. All right, and remember, it's got to stop when it hits 100,000, when book value hits 100,000. All right, so then the 360 comes down, 0.4, and then it's 360 times the 0.4, then 640 plus the 144. I don't know why that keeps going up there. All right, and then the million cost minus the accumulated. All right, so now book value is 216. And then 2023, we're starting off with 216,000. 0.4 is the rate. Multiply it out. And then our accumulated is the previous year plus the current year. Our book value is the original cost of $1 million minus our accumulated. And we're still above 100,000, so we're okay. All right, and we've done 1, 2, 3. We've done 4 years. It's a 5-year life. So now in this last year, start 129,600, and I'm not even gonna calculate anything over here because I know that this number has to equal 100,000. All right, I know that has to equal 100,000. So this has to be 29,600 to make that come down to 100,000. So I'm just going to type in the 29,600. And that's it for that one. Okay. I think there might be one more video and then hopefully we'll be done. We'll see. I don't know what we have left to do.